Pilates Pasadena, and this is one of your quarantine Pilates workouts. We're going to start with doing some of the beginning core exercises that we learned in the first video, where we warmed up some of the core muscles we talked about, and then I'm going to put you through some very, very simple spinal movements. Very interesting to note that all movement is based on several spinal movements, which is flexion or bending, side to side, rotation, and extension. So for example, if you're a baseball pitcher, you're going to be in flexion, and then you're going to be in rotation, lateral flexion, extension, and flexion again. So any movement or any swing sport, if you're going to swing a racket or dance or do any other types of things, it's very important to have these spinal movements and making certain that your core muscles are stabilizing your bone structure, stabilizing your structure as you move, and initiating movement from the outside. So you're making certain that you are initiating your movement from the inside, in other words, from the core muscles out. So we're going to start with our warm-up. I'm going to turn around so you can see. You're going to very gently move that mid-back. I'm going to turn around so you can see. Inhale to separate the blades. And exhale to neutral. Sometimes it's helpful to hold a ball so you can feel this. And what that does is make certain that you're not moving your arms, but you're moving from those little muscles in the back. Remember, they're very small, and it's a very tiny movement. Then you're going to retract, pull the muscles back, and the goal is to find neutral. So you separate the blades or separate the saloon doors and come to neutral. And then you pull the saloon doors back a little bit and come to neutral. The next thing you're going to do is warm up that side waist area. And one way that you can do that, I'm going to set the ball down, is to bring an arm out, feel the side waist, and then use an exhale and pull the arm back in. It's a very small movement to feel these working. Later the movements are going to get more dynamic. We're taking you from day one little bit at a time. Feeling that side waist and using that to move from the inside out. What do you want to feel? You want to feel that connection of the side waist muscles and that mid-back working. The next area is to warm up the abdominal muscles. Again, it's helpful to hold a ball. A lot of us have this type of posture, and if you have a ball, you want to think that you're a saucer to a cup. So you're pulling the abdominals in and making certain that you can breathe. Breathing is very, very important, especially in Pilates. Okay? What we're going to do from here is we're going to go through some of the spinal movements. The first one is flexion or rolling. Remember, we're going to roll from one vertebra at a time, nodding the head to roll down. We're going to bend the knees, and notice I'm going to scoop around with the belly muscles, and notice the knees go over the toes, and I'm going to roll all the way back up, straightening from the bottom, and then all the way back up. Just a quick note, there's a reason why we're doing this way, where we're bringing the knees over the toes, and I'm going to point over to the step over here, so that if you ever want to go downstairs, you need to bring the knee over the toe. Okay? I know in a lot of exercises, things go to the back. Sometimes we neglect going to the front, and it winds up causing us issues. Okay? You can use a ball or not use a ball. I'm going to do the exercise again. Nod the head, roll down. Notice you want to keep the shoulder girdle in place. Bend the knees and roll up. Also note that you're going to use the side waist to keep the shoulders from coming up into the ears. We'll do it one more time. Nod to roll down. Bend the knees so you don't have that popping up and rolling all the way up. Later we're going to make these a little bit more dynamic and add to them. Then we're going to stretch to the side. We're going to use the serratus or the side waist muscles, stretch from the base of the spine Stretch over to the side, again maintaining distance between ear and shoulder. And stretching to the side. If you do these in the mirror and feel for that side waist, it'll help. Another way to help is to feel as if you're stretching over a ball and you're creating a parenthesis or creating a void. And you're pulling back up. Again, if you do these in a mirror, it'll help. Stretching to the side and coming back up. Then we're going to do rotation. You can place the ball in between the knees. You can get a smaller ball if you're more petite. Keep the hips square. And what is going to be important is if we do that imprint, meaning we're using the abdominals to pull in and then angle the pelvis so that when I rotate from side to side, my hips don't go along or I don't shift from one foot to another. So I'm rotating. Be careful about where your nose is and if it lines up with your sternum. Oftentimes people do this, so that's more head and neck as opposed to the spine. And then lastly, we're going to do extension. You can take your hands onto the thighs and you're going to roll. If you think of your tailbone like taillights, you're going to roll the taillights up the back wall and then lift the chest to go into extension and roll in. Whatever weight you have on your hands stays. So you're not going to lift your hands up this direction. Rolling the taillights back and lifting the chest so the taillights and the chest go away from one another and then come back in. And I'll do that one more time. And then you can use that to come all the way up. This is just a warm-up to get you acclimated to doing some of the other exercises. Locate your core muscles and then start using them. Basically, I'm giving you the vowels and then we're going to use them in a little word and then we're going to put a sentence together. Thank you for watching and we'll look for more. We're going to add on to this and look for more of your videos coming very soon. Thank you.